I married a man I had never met. And people think that means I was desperate, naive, or hiding something. The truth is more complicated than that. Sometimes life pushes you into choices that don't make sense from the outside, but feel inevitable when you're living them. Before you judge me, let me tell you who I am. My name is Laura Mitchell. I'm from Seattle, Washington. And the man I married knew my voice better than my face, my fears better than my habits, and my heart better than anyone ever had, long before I said I do. It started in the quietest way possible. No romance, no intention, no plan. I had joined an online support forum after my mother passed away. Grief does strange things to time. It stretches nights and shortens days. That's where I first saw his username, Ethan Orr. He wasn't loud or funny. He didn't try to stand out. He simply replied to one of my posts with a sentence that stopped me cold. "You don't have to be strong here." I didn't know why, but I cried after reading it. We began talking privately. At first, it was just messages. Long, thoughtful, honest messages. We never exchanged photos. That was his rule, and strangely, I respected it. He said appearances complicated things. I didn't argue. Our conversations became a routine. Morning check-ins, late-night confessions. We talked about grief, faith, childhood fears, and the small habits that make people feel safe. He told me he lived in Boston, Massachusetts. He worked remotely. He had his reasons for staying invisible, and I had my reasons for not asking too many questions. Weeks turned into months. Somewhere between shared silence and shared laughter, something deeper formed. He knew when I was lying about being okay. I knew when he was avoiding a memory. He once said, "If I ever let you see me, I want it to be when you already know who I am." That sentence stayed with me. One night he told me something that changed everything. He said he had a degenerative eye condition that would eventually take his sight completely. He explained that people treated him differently once they knew. Pity replaced connection. Curiosity replaced sincerity. He was tired of being seen before being known. I understood then why he kept himself hidden. And in that moment, I realized something uncomfortable and honest. I loved him without knowing what he looked like, and I didn't feel afraid. The proposal didn't come with flowers or candles. It came during a video call, with the camera turned off, as always. He said, "I know this sounds impossible, but I want to build a life with you. Not based on faces, but on choice." I didn't answer right away. I thought about how fragile love is, how risky trust can be, how permanent marriage feels when you've already lost people you loved. Then I said yes. My friends were stunned. Some were angry. My brother asked if I was being manipulated. My best friend cried and begged me to meet him first. I didn't have a logical defense, only certainty. We agreed on one thing. We would meet for the first time on our wedding day. No photos before, no video before, just presents. The wedding was small, quiet, no spectacle. I remember standing at the altar with my hands shaking, wondering if I was about to make the bravest or foolishest decision of my life. When the doors opened, I didn't look at his face immediately. I listened. His footsteps, his breathing, the way he said my name when he reached me. And in that moment, I knew this was the man who stayed with me through panic attacks, who listened to my silence, who never rushed my healing. When I finally looked up, I saw someone different than I imagined, but not in a disappointing way. Just real. He smiled nervously, like someone afraid of being seen too clearly. His eyes searched my face, not for approval, but for reassurance. I squeezed his hand. That was all he needed. Marriage didn't magically make things easier. Loving someone you didn't meet traditionally comes with its own challenges. We had to learn each other's physical habits, personal space, unspoken expectations. Sometimes I forgot he couldn't see my expressions. Sometimes he forgot I needed reassurance in visible ways. But every disagreement ended the same way, with conversation, not distance. One night, months later, he admitted he had been afraid I would leave once I knew what life with him truly meant. I told him the truth. I didn't marry a face. I married a voice that told me the truth when I was breaking. I married a man who listened before speaking. I married someone who met me in the dark without trying to fix me. People still ask me if I regret it. If I wish I had waited, dated, tested reality first. I always give the same answer. Some people meet through chance. Some through timing. I met my husband through honesty. And that's the rarest way of all. I married a man I never met, but I chose him every day after. And that, more than anything else, is what makes a marriage real.